You've entered the Houston Running Zone, the ultimate podcast for runners in the Houston area, featuring the everyday runners who inspire us, clubs, gear, races, and runcations. Houston, we've got the runs.
All right, today in the zone, I have another Chevron Houston Marathon ambassador. She's a seasoned marathoner, yoga-er. Is that a word? It is now. She's into yoga and, of course, super active in the running community. Highly recommended that I interview her. Get her story is Pattie Pena. Pattie, welcome.
Hello, how are you?
Terrific. Yeah, looking forward to this. And sorry about the technical difficulties there. Forgot to send you the link. But
no worries.
Yeah, we all do it. I have a lot of Chevron Houston Marathon ambassadors that I've been interviewing just because I love how you guys get ambassador perks. That's cool. But really, you're doing it for the love of running, giving back or really giving. My first question is always recently is what made you decide to apply to become an ambassador?
So I'll start with, I have been running Chevron for 10 years now. And So I have always enjoyed the race as a native Houstonian. And so I applied at the beginning when I first started running and I didn't get accepted. So then I took a little break and then I was like, let me jump back into it since I'm almost there to legacy status. And I thought, why not? And just because the community is just so amazing to be a part of.
Excellent. So 10 years in a row you've done this?
10 years,
Wow.
Yeah. 2024 will be number 10. And 2025, I get to wear the legacy bib. So yes, It's been a journey. It has been a journey. So
you even did the lockdown year then?
I did that virtually. Yeah, I actually did the virtual run in 2020 and in 2021. I kind of just did it back to back. And then on the actual day of the race, was that 2021, I decided to be a spectator. And so that was so much fun to be a spectator because I never got to be one. So I got to hang out with some friends. Yeah.
That's fun. You can double dip. All right. I like it.
Yeah.
So, before I kind of get into your story, was there a favorite year that you've done? Obviously, the first year is always a little bit special, but, any fun memories, any craziness that really stood out? Because 10 years, that's awesome.
Yeah, 10 years. There's always a story, but I think one of my favorite stories is, 2020, of course, the year the pandemic hit. I was, running with race pace at the time, had a good training plan. And I, showed up for the race and I PR'd. So that was the best moment, number one, to PR. But prior to that PR, I was on the course and at mile 8, I found the pacer and I connected with him and I connected with some other runners. We made it all the way to Allen Parkway. And he said, you know what, I got to go. You ladies stick together, get to the end. And he had to go get the rest of the runners. And all three of us finished that race together. We, we're like, we're going to do this. We did it together. And that was, I think all three of us hit a PR that day. And that was like the most amazing story ever. Like I said, there's always stories, but that one is my favorite.
So you actually caught up to the pacer or you just found him in the
I caught up to him at mile 8 is when I caught up to him. And I stuck with him from mile 8 to the end.
That's awesome. And I don't really, I'm a mid to backpacker. And so, I don't really know much of your times, but as far as what did you finish at that 2020?
Yeah. So normally I can run about a 5-hour marathon. And that day I did 4:26.
Okay.
So as you can see, that was the big accomplishment. That was always my goal, was to find the pacer, stick with him to the end. And 2020 was that year. But I didn't do it alone because I had 3 strangers that I finished the race with. And it was by far the most, it was a special moment.
Well, it's okay. Well, the weather was good that year. I get that. I mean, it wasn't perfect, but it was better than some of the hot years that you've experienced. Was it 2015, 16?
2017.
2017. Thank you. But at the same time, doing a 5 and going to under 4:30, that's 10% off. That's just insane.
Yes. That was my best training year. And yeah, that was fun.
And now, obviously, are you doing it just to keep the momentum going? Are you looking to PR again, or is it just like, I love this, I want to be an ambassador, I want to take it all in? Are you thinking maybe you want to be a pacer sometime after a couple of years just for fun? What you thinking?
So this is more for fun. This is more because, when I found out about the legacy status, I thought, why not let me go get this done? PR, that's always a dream to have. Yes. And, just again, depends on the training, and, every training and journey is different every season. And so, I feel like part of it is just soaking it all in as, with the title of ambassador this year. That's amazing. So I feel so honored to do that, and just to inspire other people to get out there and just give it what they have, go for it. And we'll see what happens. I don't think I want to be a pacer. No, I don't think I would do that. No, I just, I love the race, the community. And I mean, just on race day, it's by far the best race. Houston has the best cheerleaders out there.
What about pacing a half marathon, not at Houston? Just think about it. Put it out there.
Maybe. I think I could possibly, to do that. Yeah. I haven't led or done any kind of group leading recently. I used to do that for race pace and runners high. So I've been there, experienced it. So yeah, it could be a possibility.
Just sandbag it. That's what I used to do. Just sandbag it by 2 minutes per mile. And you can kind of a conversation. You could eat food. It's awesome. Just add 2 minutes per mile and you could easily just jog it, as the 70s would call it. All right, cool. Well, I also noticed that you're really into yoga. Now, did the yoga come first, or the yoga come a result out of running, and you just want to, stay healthy and stay loose? Where did yoga come into play?
Yeah, so yoga, I had been doing yoga. It's going on 20 years that I've been doing yoga. And I used to do it back in U of H days when I went to U of H downtown. And then after I graduated, I started joining a studio, would go here and there to hot yoga. And then eventually I landed in 2014 at a yoga studio that I just absolutely fell in love with, because the community is almost the same as the running community. And I noticed that when I would do my yoga and I would run the marathon, it was always beneficial, because I was always there the next day in yoga class, able to bend, forward, and, there was no pain. And so I realized that this goes together. My whole journey was supposed to be, I had a plan that I wanted to be yoga certified after I completed all the marathons and, did a half Ironman one day or something crazy. And I thought yoga will be in the books later to be certified. But of course, the pandemic put me in a different place. And I decided, you know what, I'm going to go for it. And so I actually got yoga certified in 2020. And I love it. So, I highly recommend it. I think it's the best medicine you can give yourself for recovery, just everything, all of it. It brings so much peace, but also just, it's a mind thing. So I feel like it helps in so many ways.
Definitely. And it definitely challenges you.
It does. I do a lot of hot yoga right now. So I feel like that helps right now with running in this humidity. But, little by little, I've been kind of running here and there just to kind of get acclimated with the weather. And I do feel that the hot yoga has definitely helped.
Yeah. Well, you said you've been doing it for 20 years. So either you have like a really good skincare regimen, or you eat really healthy, or the humidity from living in Houston all these years. So, because I can't believe you've been doing that for 20 years. So hats off to you on that. But the second part is hot yoga in Houston. So did they just open the window? Like, how does that work? Because I've done it once, but I did it in the winter. I was like, oh, this feels hot. I don't know what I was doing. That was a while ago.
Of course. Yeah, no, the actual studio room will be anywhere from 103 to 105 temperature.
So open the window.
So yeah, basically that's what we could just do hot yoga outside. Get under a tree and here we go. It is almost similar. So that's why I feel like it helps, so much with getting out there and breathing in that heavy air, because it's crazy.
You said you did, or on your profile, you said, it says you have 11 marathons. So did you a marathon somewhere else that was cooler at the time, or where else did you go?
Actually, no. My first marathon was San Antonio, Texas, rock and roll in
Okay.
November. And it was it was 80 degrees. It was hot that year. And I finished it in 6 hours and I thought, oh my God, I'm going to die. It was super, super hot. However, I finished, and the following year, I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it again. I'm going to go for Chevron. So then after that, Chevron was always my race. And then one year I did do the Woodlands. I did the Woodlands right after Chevron.
Oh, okay.
Badge
What year
choice.
was that?
Oh God, what year was that? Was that 20?
Was it
Probably
hot or cold?
2016, 2018, I think. It was what was it? It started off cool and then it ended off hot. It was
Okay.
yeah. Yeah, it was not a very cold race like I like it, but no, it was pretty warm, and I that was another long marathon that I did. And then I have coming up the Marine Corps Marathon in October. So I just started training for that one.
That course is amazing. I haven't run it, but I've done all the streets. And it's just, so much history and just cool sights. You're going to have a
I've heard
blast.
so much, so I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, yeah. I know I've been going off on tangents here, but you're kind of mentioning how, the whole community. Now, are you one of the leaders, or you're highly involved with Latinas Run Houston, or is that just one of your favorite clubs that you go to?
Oh no, I'm part of them as well. Part of the ambassadorship, assistant ambassador with them. So yeah, we meet up biweekly with them, and so Grace, of course, she's the leader and the one in charge. And we were just talking about her this morning, how everything wouldn't be where it's at, or how this community is put together because of her. And so I do enjoy running with them and meeting up with them, and I love that the community comes out and new people show up, and it's just awesome to see the connection and see people getting up and moving their bodies.
Now, every time I interview a lot of the local runners, they talk about all the other clubs that are out there, and one thing like Latinos Run, no cost, just show up. Maybe sign a waiver. I mean, that's pretty much for most of the clubs. And there's also training clubs and elite clubs, and there's all sorts of clubs out there. Are there any of the other clubs that you use that you could recommend, or any suggestions to kind of keep the consistency going for a lot of the runners?
I say follow. There's someone on social media that posts all the different run clubs, the days that they meet up, the days that they, the weeks that they're going out for their run. And I love that because, I feel like when you are trying to find that group to run with, you should probably go fill it out first and, check it out, and then see what club has the vibe for you and sign up with them. But I love to go and visit other run clubs. Like I said, I used to run with Race Pace, who is no longer here. They had a treadmill studio, which was awesome. And I did run with Runners High. So this year I'm running with Champions Running Group. And, and then I have met up with the Northside Running Club, which is also a great one if you live out in the Woodlands. So it just depends where you're at, your location, what you're looking to do. Just, check them out, go for a run and see what it's all about, because sometimes there may be one, run club that you're just like not comfortable with. And then maybe you go to another run club and it just clicks. So, it's different for everyone.
Yeah, and I always use the term running, runners pretty broad, because there's a lot of people that walk. There's a lot of people that walk. Like there's no click. There's no you have to be in a certain time or shape or anything else like that. It's very inclusive. Most clubs are, which I love. One that I used to do on Tuesdays, it was half of them were walkers, half of them were runners. But do you see a lot of walkers as well?
Oh yeah, yeah. There, I mean, you have runners that come out to our biweekly as well, and we encourage that. There is a walk route, there is a run route. Nobody is out there to, like you said, you have a group of people who walk, and that's great. I even walk.
Yeah.
It's nice to have, and you know, it just depends. But yeah, I don't mind walking, and walking is always encouraged.
Yeah, especially if it's a new person and it's hot, you're like, oh, I will definitely hang out. That's not a problem at all.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's moments that it's like, oh God, I'm just gonna walk. Yeah, it's right now it's brutal out there.
You are in the Houston running zone. We've got the runs.
Well, the last year, circling back into Chevron, there's been a lot of hot years. I remember, I should probably look at my mugs. I'm trying to figure out the last time I ran Chevron. Was it 2017? That was a hot year, right? 2023 was a hot year. There's two that I know of that you run that it's extremely hot. This last one, since it's more fresh on your mind versus 2017, 2023, or 4 months ago here, how did you adapt to the heat? Maybe kind of give some people some tips, because you've done at least two super hot ones.
Take your salt tabs. Always, hydrate the week before, eat your bananas, and just stay focused. Like I always say that again, the yoga comes into I focus into my breathing. I anchor back into that. I take a moment and, let my mind, I feed it positive words, and, just imagine yourself finishing to the end. And of course, when it's the conditions are like that on a race course, I love that Chevron will always alert people and always have things ready to go, ice and sponges with dipped in ice. And so it's always nice to have that. But yeah, just salt tabs, and just dig back into your breath, and just know that you can finish and walk. Walking is always encouraged. Take that moment to slow down and embrace the course, and just know that the finish line will be there.
Yeah. And obviously, don't try something new on race day, but the salt tabs for people that are training right now, are there specific ones that you like that just kind of dissolve right away? I've seen people with like a salt stick. Anything that you recommend that people can try while they're training?
The chewable electrolytes, they sell them on Amazon, something like that. The new beverage that's out, the Elements, that's always good. I know it's a hate or love thing, and I'm on the love wagon. Yeah. I think it's amazing. I feel great drinking it. It's like, it's so refreshing. Just staying hydrated. Right now, as hot as it is too, I've been making mocktails with, hydration tabs and other hydration juices, and just making it so refreshing with sparkling water. Just staying hydrated as much as possible.
Yeah, that is a good point. I mean, every race has has specifics and medical and things like that. But yeah, the Houston, I mean, they'll alert you. They'll put out, the emails, the text messages. I know that they've had like where the medics also run. I forgot what they're called, but one of my friends, a volunteer, where she runs the race and is also a medic, which is pretty neat.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I remember the first year was cold and rainy, and they had people up at the convention center to watch if people would pass out afterwards from hypothermia. I mean, it's just a well organized race. But the reason I bring it up is you've done it 10 times. You're an ambassador. You're going to be doing it, until you don't want to, obviously. But in your opinion, what else makes Houston just an awesome event, or an awesome event weekend?
Just the weekend alone, starting from the expo and going out there and, picking up your packet, picking up your bib, and just finally realizing that you're about to toe the line, and everything that you worked so hard for, that journey, the whole training, whether it was good or bad, you're just now going to the point where you're going to come toe the line. And just something about it every year, I still get nervous, a little nervous. And, just again, the crowd, the cheerleaders of Houston are just amazing. And it's such a well-organized event. and it's flat. That's also a good thing I've heard. And, it just, you just embrace every moment. And then when you're on the course, you just find everybody out there, strangers again, whether they're in the crowd or running with you. It's always just fun to see the cheer squad.
The squads are just incredible. just wall to wall people.
Yes. And it's amazing how many people come out to do that, and I love the support, especially on Allen Parkway. When you're coming to the end, there's always the best cheerleaders out there. They just know that this is the end, and it's just great to just be a part of that whole weekend. And by the time it's over, I'm like, oh, it's done. It goes by so fast.
Yeah, and you got to drive home.
Yeah. Oh yeah. My family's usually there waiting, and walking to the car is always a challenge. I'm like, how far did you park? And I love the end too, where you come into the George R. Brown, and everything is just again organized to the end. How they hand out everything to you, and go get your packet or your bag, and just take your time. There's just so much there at the end. All the way from the beginning on the Friday, from the expo to the end on Sunday. Just everything is so well organized.
Yeah. Take your time. In air conditioning inside, obviously, most major marathons don't have that. No disrespect to the other marathons, but yeah, we're super spoiled to having that convention center after and before the race.
I've heard that. I have heard that before. Crazy. Yes, that there's other races out there that are not as comfortable as this one, and so I feel like, yeah, I'm pretty blessed to say this is my home, and my as a native Houstonian, I love running it.
Well, I definitely wanted to put a link up to your Instagram handle, but also, have you done your Takeover Tuesday yet, or do you have it scheduled in? Do you know when you're going to do it?
I do. I have it scheduled in September.
Definitely look forward to that, and of course, I try to share those when I catch them. Is there anything else that kind of like one more reason for people to sign up for the marathon or the half or the 5K?
So, the 5K is the day before the half marathon and the marathon. And so I find that event to be very family fun, just for people who want to get out there and just try the 5K. Usually, the weather's usually cold that day, the day before the race, or you just never know how the weather will be. Just to get out and move your body, start the new year with running a 5K with the family, maybe start a tradition. That would be fun. I highly just encourage the race overall, because like I said, it's just the cheer squad, the events, the after party. But again, just challenge yourself, get out there and know that you can do more than you think you can. There's going to be a lot of run clubs that start training in Houston. And that's always my favorite part, is whenever the season starts, you see every Saturday morning, all the run clubs, Houston filled with runners. And the journey about that is just, it's amazing, because, there's going to be good days, there's going to be bad days. But when you get to that marathon in Houston, just expect the best. That's all I can say, is you're going to have a wonderful time. Just how we said, it's so organized from day one. I mean, from the expo to the end on Sunday, just even the race course alone is pretty easy to run. I always know where we're coming up on, and I think between past the Galleria area, there's always so much fun. I mean, just so much fun. And then when you get to Memorial, there's a whole station of pickles and pretzels, and so the snacks are fun. But it's one of those things that you want to experience it, and you want to say that you've done that. And of course, they air it on TV, and it's fun and to be a part of it.
Yeah, I like how you mentioned the Galleria area, because you're at the second half. The first half, you're like, man, I still got 20 more miles, 19, 18.
Exactly. Just as a native Houstonian, it's just an honor to be a part of such a big race. And like I said, the course is flat. The weather could be cold, it could be hot, it could be raining. Just embrace it either way and be prepared and just show up and toe the line and have fun. Really, that's what it's all about too. I think there's a lot more fun going on the race course than people are, will say, because people are so intimidated that it's a half marathon or it's a marathon. It's it is what it is, and you'll finish and just be happy with what you do.
There you go. Come on out, register. And if you have a family member don't want to register, come volunteer. There's cheer stations.
Oh my God. Yes. Look, thanks for reminding me. The volunteer people are just outstanding. I mean, there's young teenagers out there. There's so much, out there. Just you see Houston come together, and it's just like it's just a party, basically, like a party on the pavement, and let's just have fun. And the signs, always the signs. I love reading signs. I love reading what they have posted. So it's just a fun community, and the children are always so cute too with their little high fives. So that's always fun and cute.
Yeah, hopefully high fives and gloves. We're gonna hope for some cold weather there.
Oh yes, yes.
Awesome. Well, yeah. Again, we'll definitely have you back on later on in the season. Catch up, see how things are going. But before I let you go, I got 3 more questions. Call it the lightning round. Are you ready, Pattie?
Okay.
All right. Question number 1. It could be hat, shoes, you name it. What would be your must-have favorite piece of race gear?
Oh, my favorite piece of race gear would be my sunglasses.
Okay. What are you rocking?
The Gooders, the sunnies. Yeah. I love the colors. They're comfortable and they don't slip. And if it's cold outside, I always wear a buff too. And I bring the buff up and I let the nose piece sit so that way the wind does not go into my mouth. They're comfortable shades, and they are just amazing to run with, even when it's raining outside.
Yeah, the polarizations. So you're rocking the OGs, or what's your frame style?
So it just depends what I'm wearing.
Okay.
Sometimes I just want to wear all black, so I just have a simple black pair. But if the color is fun, then just depends what day, what race it is.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell my wife. See, I'm the same. Like I have a hoarding, but she says I have a problem. I go, no, I have a solution. So no such thing as too many Gooders.
That's right. Nope.
All right, question number 2. If you could run with anybody or even walk that is alive or past, who would it be?
Maybe Will Ferrell, since I know that he is a runner.
Yeah, I remember I saw you did a marathon. Probably did in LA, of course, but yeah.
Of course, yeah. If he would bring it back and run with him to, talk, chat, laugh, that would be fun.
Let's put a variable on there. If he had to do it in character, what character?
And oh my God.
It's way too many options on this one. I celebrate his whole catalog.
I do too. Maybe a little Ron Burgundy.
Nice. You could wear the suit and everything.
Exactly. That's a good one.
Yeah, and wear the cologne. But I mean, it was his friend's cologne, but still, yeah.
Yes. Paul Rudd.
Yeah. Works 60% of the time, every time. Right.
That's awesome.
Oh my goodness. That'd be great. Awesome. And question number 3. It's a little bit polarizing, but you're from Houston. And I'm required to ask this question. Tex-Mex or Texas barbecue?
Really?
Yeah. That's the hard-hitting, controversial stuff here.
Man, okay. I'm going to say barbecue.
Ooh, okay. What's your jam?
So we have a Rudy's right down the street. Very easy to get to. Gosh, what is the other one? It's they have burgers there too, but I can't even think of the name of it off the top of my head. Papa's barbecue. Oh, yeah.
So you're going for brisket? Are you going for sausage? Going for turkey?
Sausage, sliced beef sandwiches, baked potatoes. Yeah, I will say that. Yeah, barbecue. It is
All right. Sauce or no sauce?
sauce on the side.
There you go. You got to control. Yeah.
Yes. Sometimes they just put too much.
Yeah. Yeah. You feel a little bit weird on it. But yeah. So someone did text. I mean, I can't pick. That's why I asked the question, honestly.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Good company also. That's also a delicious one. Yeah.
Yeah. Being I've lived here since I was 6, but they've been around for that whole conglomerate, I guess, family, I guess, that owns it. Yeah. They've been around for a long time.
Yeah. That's good barbecue too.
Oh, their cuisines are amazing.
They do have a Tex-Mex restaurant too.
Yep. I used to go there for all the concerts before we'd go to concert, like at the Summit, back in the day.
Oh, yeah. I remember
where we go. That was our go-to pregame meal.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Times have changed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, thanks again for spending some time, and look forward to catching up with you, and if not, seeing you at an upcoming social event.
Perfect. Thank you so much for having me. You have a great day.
As always, if you want to become the first to find out about upcoming weekly episodes, simply hit the plus, follow, subscribe button. Depends on your podcast platform. And if you're on a podcast app where you can leave a rating and review, we always love it. Hey, give us 5 stars if you like it. And if you don't like it, give us 5 stars anyways. You made it through the whole episode. But more importantly, looking forward to sharing another episode next week.
Thanks for visiting the Houston Running Zone. If you know someone you'd like to be featured in the zone, go to thehoustonrunningzone.com and send us a message. Until next week, always remember, Houston, we've got the runs.